Trying some stuff out. You might say I got a new video card. You might say that. And I'm just curious to see how the performance is if I stream. So, because this game is great, I can go. Oh man, I'm at the beginning. That's right. Start this over. Wait, I'm missing something. Oh, there it is. It's like, where's my chat at? There we go. There we go. I don't really care at this point. I think I've started this game over like 50 billion times because this game is great. In case you're wondering, Control is a game that is very good and it gets better the further you get.
This is gonna be weirder than usual.
We're gonna be switching games, by the way.
You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out.
All right.
And try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
Got that ray tracing and stuff turned all the way up, but I'm using the DLSS, which is supposed to make things a little bit smoother.
Anyone here?
I wonder. Man, I can't believe I can stream this at 60 frames per second. When I streamed it last time, when I completed the game, I think I had to lock the game to 30, and I had to set everything down to like low, and now I have everything like maxed out. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that reflection. Oh man, this is the best. This is the best. What an upgrade. I don't know what ray trace debris does, but that's also turned on. Look at that reflection. This used to just be clear. Oh man, technology. Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
So from what I understand, this the DLSS stuff I think is supposed to lower the resolution of some of the effects that give the game like issues. It's not dynamic resolution scaling. I think it just like runs certain things at like a lower thing and tries to AI upscale them, so that's neat. Never went in that room before. I didn't realize that bathroom was there.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
This is wild, dude. I don't know how useful this is going to be in games, but it still looks really neat. It's Ahti, the janitor.
Hello? Hey, excuse me.
This is wild.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, niin Johan helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face.
Why
in
is my
book.
phone vibrating?
Somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
This is just a fake magazine. I was thinking, it says game, and I was thinking like there was that weird Kickstarter a long time ago, back when Kickstarter was starting to have some problems.
I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it.
It was like, if
I've
you
been trying
donate
to
$1
pull it
billion,
down ever
you help
since.
this game come out called Game.
Will you help?
And it wasn't real, it was just a parody. But like, it was great. It was just called Game. It was really neat. Clever.
Did I
Just
lose
a
you there
second.
for a moment? You know what's
Hey,
on my
long time
mind.
no see, dude.
My baby brother.
I see you're
Dylan.
surviving COVID also.
17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Oh man. So neat. I just stare at reflections all day. I wonder if... Well, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because I won't remember. Let's see what happens. Man, hey, at least football season started, right? Which is wild. I was pretty sure they're going to cancel it or something, but like, hey, no, what's going on?
Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
I got that ray tracing. I upgraded to a 2070 yesterday, so I've just been loading random stuff and just being like, man, look at ray tracing, and then turning it off.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power.
I got paid Friday. I worked yesterday, and then I'm off today and tomorrow. So I was like, you know what I should do? I should go look for a video card. I was looking for a 3080. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find one of those before the year's over.
Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component.
So here we are.
Candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner, and you're it.
This 2070 plays Avengers at like pretty much full speed. Wild. That game, Avengers, was the thing that got me to be like, alright, I need to do something. Like, I have to play that game on like low settings at 30 frames per second to keep it stable. So now I can just run everything like pretty much maxed out. So I'm in Georgia, and after last week's football game, like, everybody at my job has just been trash talking the Falcons. It's amazing. It's pretty rough.
The same gun. Okay.
So
Now I have a gun.
when I played this game originally, I think I was trying to like toggle between using mouse and keyboard or controller, and this goes for Alan Wake too. Like, these games just seem to control better with the controller because you're not being as precise. Like, I find like if I'm using a mouse and keyboard like this, I want to like pull off sick headshots, and it doesn't really matter here. So that's important to know. Not that anybody asked, but that's important to know. Did you see that ray trace debris? Because I don't know what I'm looking at when I see that happen. Like, I can't see a difference there, but I can see these reflections. They're pretty sick. Are they worth like $400? I don't know. Nvidia says so. Man, this shit looks pretty cool. But the problem is, again, like, there's not a lot of games that really use any ray tracing stuff yet. And some of the ones that do, like, apparently they don't really use it much. But man, this looks neat.
Attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here.
It depends on the kind of game. Like, for me,
Things have quieted down outside.
when I tried playing Modern Warfare, like, I cannot use a controller to save my life. I can, but I don't feel like I can do stuff. But if I'm playing, say, like this, or let's say Spelunky 2 comes out in a few days, if I was to be playing that, like, I would have to use a controller. I can't use mouse and keyboard. It feels wrong. Look at those sick reflections.
Let this happen. You can't 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 let this happen. You You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror. Get the fuck away!
One of the things about this game, in case you have not touched control at all yet, is that you have a gun, and it's called the service weapon, which is, you can see it like shifting right there. So this one gun that you have, you get attachments to make it turn into different guns. Like it'll be like a shotgun or whatever. But the thing is like, that's my ammo on the bottom. There is no reload. So the way it works is you just let it recharge. You get weird upgrades. I don't know if I have any yet. I probably don't. So you're like constantly like modifying your gun to make it what you want it to be. It's pretty neat. Control is a great game. It should be free for everybody on everything all the time. Is what I was thinking of? It does. This picture does switch. That's cool. Never noticed that before. I have my evidence.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
I think because I'm bad at video games, the first time I played this, I probably died like 5 times in this area. It was because, again, I was using, I think, a mouse and keyboard at the time, and I wanted to be super precise. And that's not what this game is about. Just like Alan Wake. Like, you do need to hit people, but like, I feel like I'm kind of just pointing in a general direction here. And I'm not like, you know, fine-tuning my aim. You also want to like run around and like use this a bunch. Or when you get powers, you want to like grab stuff and throw it at people. When I was playing it originally, I was trying to play it more like a cover shooter or something, like a little bit slower. Because of the number of enemies, and like that's not the speed at all. Yeah, I wish the game like emphasized that more. It doesn't really tell you that early on. Alright, so now I should have... I got something. I got stuff. Even these things here, like most games, I don't really care to read this stuff, but like... this stuff being blacklisted, like everything is just like strike through, really cool, and it leads to some if you're looking at stuff like this, like you're just kind of like trying to figure out what they were saying. So there's this stuff, it's called the Hiss, and it's taken over this building. It's like some sort of weird corruption, and the people that have been touched by it, they're like floating because they didn't fully transform or something. But you're also trying to figure out like, why are people floating in the air, and so is everybody else. So this thing here, this pyramid here, this is like one of the hot points for the Hiss. So what I'm going to do is I have to go in there, clear this area out, and then purge that area, because that's my power. Because I am the director. Like all of a sudden, because that one guy committed suicide, I am the leader of this organization.
Burrowing into everything
So I have the
in
power.
this place. Is the Hiss your enemy? All right.
There we go.
It's our enemy.
And she's constantly having this like internal
Contagious.
dialogue
It
too.
burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
No. You can shoot those people, as you can see. Yikes. Alright, let's go to this thing that looks suspiciously like an arena. I know, right? But do they look like $400 or $500 or more sharp? That's the question. This is pretty cool because, again, the game by itself is really neat. And, like, being able to come back to this and turn this stuff on and be like, oh man, this is what this game looks like. If it was like a next-gen version of it. That's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Alright, so I got my first mod, which is Health Boost. This is one of these... I think I am. I think I am using that NVENC thing. I don't remember. I think I just turned it back on. So these mods, as you can see, there's unlock by upgrading, which I think it just kind of happens over time. But you also get like common mods and then rare and whatever legendary type stuff. So it gets to a point where like you start just kind of equipping things and you don't really pay attention, or deconstructing stuff to get supplies. It sounds like there's something else here.
An enemy. Spreading them.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
This game is so good. So, I think the biggest weakness with this game is that I think that opening was kind of neat,
You did it.
and then right here it slows down. But if you push past this point, like it just seems to get more interesting in different
With the
ways.
Bureau. Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the
I got
control
it.
point.
That's such a
Push
cool
the
way
hiss
to
out.
frame some of these shots.
The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of
They
course.
both have eyelashes.
We can try it together.
You remember when characters barely had eyes?
Okay.
Or didn't
With
have
me?
eyes at all?
We did it before.
Oh, man.
Push the hiss out.
It looks like they're still there, too. Video games, man. Video games are wild. Alright, so let's push the hiss out of this person. Thanos must have got her.
It didn't work. The hiss has burned
the hell is
too
this?
deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Where'd she go?
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
Oh. That's her up there. Okay.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there.
So I was going to say a thing before. So one of the cool things about this technology is that this game by itself, to me, is a really cool game. It was really cool to play through this, like, you know, at the beginning of the year and be like, man, let's see how this game is. And then coming back to it twice, like I came back to it when I upgraded my CPU and I was like, oh man, this game looks even better. It's 60 frames per second. And then coming back to it again and being like, oh man, this game looks even more gooder with ray tracing turned on. I think that stuff is really cool about PC gaming. Like, I've had people at my job ask me like, oh, why don't you get into consoles? And like, this type of stuff is part of why. Like, I got this game for probably like 20, 30 bucks maybe during the Epic holiday sale. Plus they gave out a coupon too. Yeah, it's just really neat that you can like go back to the same stuff and be like, oh man, look at this thing. It runs even better and at higher resolutions. PC gaming. And then again, PC gaming nowadays is just Lego. Like, you just plug stuff in and make sure you have enough power. You're good.
It's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
One of the things that I noticed about this game when I had first played it was like, so clearly, you know, you got your superpowers and you got fancy explosions, but like this is really neat. The destruction, like going into a place like this and being like, oh man, look at this lunchroom, and then just destroying it as you fight people, really cool feeling. I don't think I have Shatter yet to use that choke. This never gets old. Even to the end of the game, like just going into a bathroom and be like, I'm going to break this stall. I can break this stall. Oh man, it fell. I was wondering what would happen there. Oh man. $2020. Energy recovery. Personal mods. I don't know. What do I have now? More health. Go with this. And I can't equip these weapon mods. Oh wait, yeah I can. Okay, so this is an example of one of the weapon mods. It modifies my weapon. Ammo refund chance on hit 7%, which is nothing. But you upgrade it and it, you know, it gets more significant. But then you come across like better versions anyway, so there's that too. I don't know if that's how plastic chairs would break. I should take this video card back, as that's unacceptable. Maybe it is. It's different from the wood. What was I gonna go do? Fuck plants. I'm looking for dead letters. Right. Here we go. So people complain about this game's map system. Let me see if I can remember how to even get to it. There we go. This is your map. This is no good. What is good to me is finding these signs here and being like, I need to get to dead letters. Which way is that? I'll go this way. So navigating the place like a real space works a lot better to me than trying to like use the mini map. Or whatever you want to call that map. I've died here a billion times. I've died here a billion times because when you drop down there, there's a lot of enemies that just kind of pop up. And mostly from not moving enough. Sweet. So you see what had happened was I beat this game and then I wanted to start the game over. I didn't want to do a new game plus, so I think I lost all of my progress. Not progress, but the unlocks that I had, because I
Communications.
suppose that's what I wanted.
Right
I don't know. This is great.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils.
I just realized that there's a reflection on that whiteboard too. I was thinking that was the TV. That's so cool, man. So cool. Look, there's even one in the TV. I just realized that's there too. That's wild. They have the best computers here. I take that back. They're just good computers. Mailroom. I think there's something upstairs here. Internet is not for social media use. Save that, that's important. Poor guy. So this book club thing, you get these collectibles, and they are, is it correspondence? Let me see. Book club. So, okay, I'm going to read this one just because this one is actually like, this was when I realized like, oh, you know what, I should probably pay attention to the writing because this is really stupid. So I don't really usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around almost like a catchphrase got real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and guns space hippies or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invade city planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dogfight between those two ace pilots signed me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. So that refers to the guy that we just passed by who just got this thing thrown at his face. And then there's like all this weird stuff in this game where like people are like, oh hey, you'll find correspondence like, hey, if you're in a room and you find that everything is being written,
Object of power.
you might want to get out of there or something, or just don't think about it too much. It's really cool seeing how all that stuff just like pops up throughout the story if you pay attention. Or you can skip it and it's totally fine too, it doesn't matter. It just adds more to the world. As if I'm going to crouch. Look at this. Look at that, that's so cool. Why? It's such a small detail, who cares? But it's so neat. Don't need that. This is the best first object of power to get. I'm really happy this is the first thing. Just because it's the most obvious, like, oh, I can fling stuff.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
So neat. That thing's gone forever. You know, that is the implication, is that like the way these objects of powers work that like give you these powers is that they're just random devices that people believe have this power, so they do. So I'm guessing you just kind of run around with like a floppy disk in your pocket or like a telephone or whatever. I'm playing this game like I'm gonna get a Steam achievement for moving around and not getting hit. I thought about getting this game on Steam too, but there's no reason to do that. That's stupid. That's not like buying a game on like, oh, I got it on the Xbox and the PlayStation. That's like, I got it on the computer twice.
There you are. You were gone.
You never know.
Cut off.
Maybe I will one day. If I find it for
I
cheap
got
enough,
it.
I'll probably do it.
Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the...
You can see that guy's shadow behind me. That's pretty neat. Not interested. That's the guy up there. I think I killed him. There he is. Chillin'. Chillin', chillin', chillin'. I don't have a whatever that is. Key card, whatever.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
I thought there was a vending machine on the other side of this place. What the hell? Oh, no, I was looking over here, no wonder. Okay. Am I going to? I have to find the thing. There's blood going in there. That must be important.
This must open the door.
So now I can fast travel between these different points that I have. Good to know. Looks painful. Let's go upstairs before I go in there. I don't think this game does the thing that Max Payne and Alan Wake both did. I don't know about Quantum Break, where they had like licensed music playing. Like this has this. This has songs that you can turn on the radio and hear, but it's not like... There is one key part in this game that does have like music, and it's really, really, really cool, and it stands out probably more because you don't see it often.
You're listening to America over
This is super neat.
airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan tells his story. Quincy, thanks.
So
This is something I experienced recently.
This thing here is just written, and it looks like it's the kind of thing that like nobody actually wrote, but that's part of working in this place. Super neat.
Insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that
I'm just gonna let this play.
years back, the body
Sorry.
was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
There we go. All right, let's go do this thing. Let's go die. This is the first boss fight, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure this counts as a boss fight because this is like nothing else.
Great.
Shit. Here we go. Oh man, there we go.
I have a feeling he'll be
That
back.
that fight doesn't usually go that well for me. Usually what
Let's
happens
The
is
hotline
there's like
should be
random
past
enemies
the
that pop up in here that like just come up behind you, so you have to keep moving even more. But I got a good amount of damage done to them like early on. So I need to go back upstairs, I guess. I thought there was something down here. That's just health. Okay. Up we go. Actually, before I do that, let's see.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been
Alberto
evaluated.
Tomasi, head of comms.
The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the
The
U.S.
Hiscata.
was caused by injury in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an alternate item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
The hotline
can't be far
chamber.
now.
This game is so cool. I love these title cards. So neat. Let's say anything. No, it just says hotline chamber. All right.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream Logic. The light switch cord. The door marked with the black pyramid.
Can barely see that because of this light. Ocean View Motel and Casino entry point. Catalyst light switch. The law of 3 applies. Press it. 2. 3.
Have we been here before?
Love it.
No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country. On the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
It's Miami.
Hello? Anyone here?
I really need to go get a coffee maker sometime soon. It's a musical cue.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Damn, I was gonna say there's no reflection on that TV, but there's one on there too. All right. What is this? Oh, right. I just have to get through this space, I think. So there's these, like, things now that supposedly I can hear. Or something. Or they now exist to me. They didn't before. This is not the best one of these rooms.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is...
I never noticed that he was wearing a sweater
right
under that, and then he's
conditions to
wearing
other
like
planes of
a
existence as
button-up
well.
shirt underneath that. That sweater detail I missed.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important
Oh, this is weird.
info.
I've seen this
I
room
need to
before, but it was
get
just
down.
extra dark, so I couldn't really tell, like, what is this?
People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
I... There was like an explosive barrel behind me, so I wanted to make sure I didn't stay there for too long. Let's go take this guy out. Oh, he's super dead. Great. Alright, I gotta figure out where that thingamajig is. I want to climb this ladder. This is a video game. You're supposed to climb ladders. Rude. Wait, I can just use that control point. Where's that? There we go. Fast travel. Central executive. Okay.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look
All
for a way
right.
inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
These screenshots are because I love the way that they have the everything is framed. It's so neat. So the cool thing about this game, I mean, whatever. Besides the game just being neat, like this location, this building that I'm in, it's in the story. It's a building that always exists, but you never see it because it's like you only see it if you need to, or something. Like if you're looking for it, you won't find it. But it's this thing where like you'll just pass by it or whatever. So really neat, really neat, really neat. Love it. Game is so good. 10 out of 10. What did this come out 2019? 2019's best game. Maybe. I can't say that for sure, but I really did enjoy this. I didn't play it until the beginning of this year though, but man, great. And it's wild too because it just takes place in this, like, you know, office building. But one of the cool things about it is that you come across all sorts of weird environments because of the story. I don't know what this is. Why is this red?
Hi, Jesse.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay.
So cool. Whoops.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
We're doing it live.
Do
Fucking
you
thing
hear
sucks.
that? Someone's singing.
Singing.
Where's it coming from?
Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
They say the new director can launch objects up to 20 feet. Bullshit.
I got a security key card, right? Yes, I did. No, it was the whole one though, of course.
Dine to work, meet me in the maintenance.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
Yep.
The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override.
So supposedly
Maybe it
this
was you who
area
got me into the
here
oldest house
is
with the
like
lockdown on.
the section
Maybe it was Ahti.
where even if you have a
It felt
2080
like he
Ti,
made
like
the
this game will
elevator
like
turn that took me to
drop
Trench's
frames if you
office.
have everything maxed out,
Is
because
Ahti guiding me too?
it's all the effects. It's with the ray tracing and then like the shadows and then the smoke and all sorts of nonsense. There we go. Who cares about this? Get that thing. It's this section here where Digital Foundry in
The
particular is
directorial
always
override
like,
is right there.
yeah, I can
In
feel
the
it. It's not
control
running. It's not running
How do we get
perfect.
there?
That's so cool though. The fact that I can even be in this hallway. Because you have the smoke and stuff on the other side. You've got whatever this is, these reflections, this lighting here, whatever's going on with the camera. And then like you can see my reflection in there. And there's all the enemies. Oh, it's neat. Okay. Cleanse that control point. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop here because I want to do a billion things. So I might be back on later. I'm not really sure yet. But I hope you have a good day. Happy last weekend of September. What? Yes. Yes, it is time, Daniel. The time has come. Yeah, I gotta take a break, man. I'll be back, though. Peace.